You're about to learn the hard way why you never take advice from a guy with a beard. If you've got a beard, I think the only thing you're legally allowed to advise people on are railroads and trains. Kayla Martilia, I'm terrible with this, has a runny nose and wants to know how to stop it. Well, you've come to the right guy, because in the wintertime, I am the king of having snot from here everywhere down. And as the king, I proclaim that you should try snorting powdered cement. That ought to take care of any problems up here you have for the next couple months. Kira McDermott asked me, what made me stop changing the color of my hair and just go with my normal hair color. Everything I touched with the top of my head became dirty, and I got sick of it. Heidi Petty wants to know if I could travel space-time only once, where and when would I go? I would go back way before you even asked me that question, because that's way too much pressure to put on one person with just one question. How do I get the senior guys to stop picking on me? Asks Rebecca J124. I would say stop hanging out at retirement homes. Or maybe take a shit in their applesauce. What color is your toothbrush? Oh, why not? 69 asks me. It's a great question. Well, it's supposed to be white, but it's stained red from all the blood. Take care of your teeth, kids! I'm just kidding. It's green. 'Cause of mold. Hannah wants to know if tea is better hot or cold. Well, the magical thing about tea is that whether hot or cold, it's still tea. It's reliable like that, so it's good all the time. Kayla Chofie needs to know the secret to lifing. I imagine lifing just means staying alive. Well, Kayla, the secret is just don't die, I guess. If you don't die, you're gonna be alive, and if you're alive, then you're not dead. Tyler Pig, again, I don't know what I've written here, wants to know what the proper nose-picking technique is. You just pick it. You just pick it and then flick it at whoever has a problem with it. Charlotte needs advice on how to fart discreetly. Well, Charlotte, if you're not farting and doing the one-cheek sneak, where you kind of rise up on one cheek, then you're simply not farting correctly. But if that doesn't work, I recommend excusing yourself to the bathroom and using toilet paper, kind of like you're trying to ether yourself from the wrong hole, and that ought to muffle most of the sound. Jessica Adami wants to know, how do you stop a roommate from having really loud sex in the next room? Replace her lubricant with super glue. If that's too harsh, try Vapor Rub. Either one is gonna put a stop to it for a while. Rob Schrute wants to know, how do you know if you're doing the right thing? Well, if something you're doing is starting to feel good, look around you, and if people are frowning at you, then it's probably not the right thing to do. Lexi Fianti, I have no idea what I've written. I write like a 5-year-old. Wants to know, how do you get cats to love you? You don't. Actually, you wait for them to come around to you. It's only good when it's on their time. Mitchell wants to know, how do you get up and go to work when all he wants to do is sit around and listen to my podcast? Well, thank you, Mitchell, but I think the best way to do that is to drink several 40s before you go to work, and then show up with your pud sticking out. It'll be a lot of fun for the first little bit, until you get fired, and then you're gonna have plenty of time to listen to my podcast every Wednesday. For some reason, Virginia Lynn wants to know, what's the most awkward boner I've ever had? I've never had a boner that didn't create some kind of weird silence. Sarah asks if I've ever had the thought of having kids. And well, Sarah, I'm gonna tell you the same thing I tell everybody else. I could barely wipe my own ass, so what am I gonna do with a second tinier one? Emmy Kerr wants to know what phrases and words I use way too often. Fucking piss, I missed, we're gonna need a mop in here. And replete whoa well, I guess I'm going to bed. Hopefully that gave you a good idea of daily conversation with me. And that is why you never take advice from somebody with a beard. We just simply don't give a fuck. As foretold by the facial hair. So if you have any questions or need some advice, leave them in a comment below or do it on my Facebook and Twitter. The links will be in the description. I'll see you on Tuesday. Guess what? It's the end of the video, so that's when I pick you up and bother you. Did you have any closing statements for the video? That's what I like about you. You're a cat of very few words.